Hi, this is Kit Spahn from liveoatmeal.com with today's marvelous Monday tip. And today's tip is on happiness. So how do we become more happy? Well, we have to look at how happiness, where it comes from. Okay, happiness comes from inside of us. It's kind of like the sun. It just we have an abundance of happiness. And what happens is over our lifetime it gets suppressed. So here's the convention model, and I'm not saying this is the truth, but it's something to look at. It's a place to look. Okay, so our whole life we've been taught that if we go to school, we can get a good job, we can make money, and then we'll be happy. Hear that one before? Yeah, me too. Okay, so and that model is looking for outside material experiences, whatever you want to call it. It's looking outside of you to dictate how you feel. Right? So in this model, we look at being happy for no reason other than I said so. I don't need a reason. I can just be happy. Right? And you'll notice when you're happy, your actions are completely different if you're miserable. If you're miserable, you're like, I don't want to do that. Do I have to do that? All sorts of reasons why you're not taking action. Right? If things are going good, let's say you just had this big sale, you'll take different actions than you would if you just lost a sale. Right? So it's dictated by an outside source. So what I'm asking you to look at is look inside for your happiness for no other reason than you get to say so, because happiness is a choice. You know, if you look at, you ever hear somebody say, well, they made me mad? Well, no, they didn't. They didn't make you anything. You chose in that moment, bam, you chose to be angry. You chose not to be happy. You chose to feel sad. So, well, now you're probably thinking, well, if that's the case, why every time this comes up, do I feel that way? The only reason is you've trained your brain to say, if this happens, if X happens, then I'm going to feel a certain way. You've trained it, and you've trained it well. Right? So what can you do in spite of that? You can actually untrain it. So next time that happens, you just train your brain and you say, okay, brain, that's no longer valid, and I'm choosing a different path. If you don't believe me, try it. Okay, next time you get angry or next time you feel sad, look at it. Say, okay, brain, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done with that. It's not working for me. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't do anything. If you notice, when you're sad, the universe doesn't change. Okay? And if I split you open, I cut you in half, I wouldn't find angry, I wouldn't find sad. None of that exists. It's just a brain pattern. So we can retrain our brain to have a different brain pattern. Okay? So the takeaway for this is you actually get to choose. With your choice. Every time. Every time you get upset, every time you want to feel happy or sad, it's all a choice. And it's just a brain pattern that if you retrain your brain, you can have a different result. Okay, and you know, in my program, I always look at what's the performance or what's the action people aren't taking or are taking. And inaction is just as much as an action is inaction. So we want to look at what is stopping you from taking action? And it's usually this right here. You're making a different choice. Okay, so that's it for today's tip. I hope it's been of value to you. If it has, please share it with your friends and family. If you want more information or you'd like to sign up for a weekly tip, you can go to liveoatmeal.com. That's it for today's tip. Peace out.